Hey, you. Yes, you. The one who is always there, always listening, always giving. The one who carries the weight of the world, not because you have to, but because you care, because you feel deeply, because you don't know how not to care. You are the person people come to when they are broken, when they need comfort, when they need reassurance. You are the safe space, the shoulder to cry on, the person who always knows the right words to say. But tell me something, who does that for you? It's funny, isn't it? How easily people take your kindness for granted. How they assume you are always okay just because you don't complain, just because you are always the one smiling, the one saying, I am fine, even when you are not. People love to receive kindness, but how many actually stop to give it back? How many people take a moment to ask, hey, how are you really feeling? You carry so much, you absorb the emotions of everyone around you, you make room for their pain, their sadness, their anger, you listen to their problems, their struggles, their heartbreaks. But what happens when you are the one who is struggling? What happens when you feel lost? Where do you go when the person who has always been there for others has no one to be there for them? You don't ask for much, you don't demand attention, you don't expect grand gestures. But deep down, you do wish someone would notice, that someone would see past your I am okay and recognize that sometimes you are not okay, that sometimes you are tired, not just physically but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Because let's be honest, being the strong one, it is exhausting. You give and you give and you give. You pour into people's cups, making sure they never feel empty. But what about your cup? When was the last time someone poured into you? When was the last time someone checked on you? Or have you been running on empty for so long that you have convinced yourself this is just how it is, that you don't need the same love you give to others? Because if you say it enough times, maybe you will start believing it, right? Maybe you won't feel the ache so much. But let me tell you something, you do need it and you deserve it. Let me ask you something. If your best friend was hurting, if they were exhausted, if they felt unappreciated, what would you tell them? Would you say just keep giving even if it drains you? Would you say you don't deserve love, just keep sacrificing yourself for everyone else? No, you wouldn't. You would tell them to rest. You would remind them that they are important too, that they deserve kindness too, that they should not have to keep proving their worth through how much they do for others. So why don't you tell yourself the same thing? Why do you believe that everyone else deserves love and care but not you? Why do you think that the love you give so freely to others is not something you are allowed to receive? Why do you wait for someone to finally see you, to finally give you the same energy you have given to them? Maybe you have been told that being selfless is a good thing, that love means sacrifice, that you should always put others first. And sure, kindness is beautiful, loving people deeply is a gift, but nowhere in that definition does it say you have to destroy yourself in the process. Nowhere does it say that in order to be worthy of love, you have to give and give until there is nothing left of you. Because love is not just about giving, it is also about receiving. It is about balance. But you have spent so much time giving that you have forgotten how to receive. Or maybe you have just convinced yourself that you don't deserve to. You know what I think? I think you are scared. Scared to ask for love. Scared to ask for care. Scared to be vulnerable. Because what if no one gives it back? What if you open up and no one listens? What if you finally let yourself need someone only to realize that they don't show up for you the way you show up for them? I get it, I do. But you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be held. You deserve to feel the kind of love that makes you feel safe, not just the kind that drains you. And that love, it starts with you. I know that sounds like one of those cheesy self-love quotes you see online, that stop waiting for someone to give you what you can give yourself. But hear me out. You have spent your whole life waiting for someone to love you the way you love others. But what if you stopped waiting? What if you became that person for yourself? What if instead of waiting for someone to check on you, you checked it on yourself? What if you spoke to yourself with kindness the way you do with everyone else? What if you let yourself rest without feeling guilty? What if you put yourself first just this once? Because listen to me, you deserve love. The same love you give to others. The same kindness, the same patience, the same warmth. You are not an afterthought, honey. You are not just a place for other people to unload their pain. You are not a machine built to give without receiving. You are human and humans need love. So please, stop treating yourself like you are the exception. Stop telling yourself that your needs don't matter. Stop convincing yourself that as long as everyone else is okay, you should be okay too. Because you are not just a background character in everyone else's life. You are the main character of your own life, and you deserve to be treated that way. So the next time you feel like you don't matter, the next time you feel like your love is not being returned, the next time you feel exhausted from always being the strong one, remember this: you deserve the same love and care you so freely give to others, not just from the world, but from yourself too.